Land sharing. Why? In terms of, our environment, the first thing that we think about is, the more local food sources, the better for the environment. You don't have to bring it from the other side of the world, and of course that's true. But there is a much more important effect that happens when you're going to start to plant locally. If you have local food sources, this means that probably you are changing this very bare kind of earth, which has previously been absorbing CO2 and other detrimental gases, which now are stored into the earth, and by eliminating them, being it, not allowing anything to grow, or tilling it with a tractor, or any other reason, what's happening is that the gases that were stored in the earth are now released back into the environment. So not only are you polluting by bringing in food from other places of the world, but actually you're not allowing your nature to do what it's supposed to do. Which brings me to the next benefit of land sharing: habitat restoration and biodiversity conservation. Now, once you've started to create more growth from plants, we will go from this bare, dead earth to these many different niches for life forms. These can be bugs, these can be animals, you can think like rabbits, you can think bacteria and earthworms. Each one of these have a role in our natural systems. The healthier the natural system, the more animals and life forms in general we're going to see present. So, by creating these green corridors, you're going to allow nature to link different spaces to create a much larger environment for everybody. Now, this is not only going to help the life forms that we're more typically used to seeing, but also it will help the soil. The soil is extremely important for nature's health. In fact, if you have earth like this, it's going to take a long time for nature to recover, and therefore for, the balance to be brought back in terms of climate change and all of this. The moment that you start to create a healthier soil, you're going to get a lot of benefits, like, for example, water retention. Instead of when you get torrential rains, the soil being washed off, you're actually going to get this water stored into your aquifers, and your plants are going to be fueling on that water for a very long time. Now, soil health is important for human health, and this you can find many people speaking about it, but if you want just a couple of names to start to do some research, find Peter Attia with 2 T's or Dr. Zach Bush. You're going to find amazing research, highly recommended. Now, I think one of the biggest and most long-term improvements that we're going to get is definitely a cultural change. So our awareness seems to have shifted in the last decades. The moment that we stop to think of ourselves as Western industrial countries, and we start to see ourselves as a society which has the possibility to participate in nature in a much more productive and healthy way, the sooner we'll actually be able to imagine how we can participate, to find ways to do it. These ways are out there. Just search for permaculture, just seek for advice from local farmers who are doing regenerative farming. I mean, it is out there. now we just have to coordinate all these efforts in order to make it more available for everybody. And that's why we need to share land.